What is the most popular question you are asked by non-vegans?
Why do we have meat substitutes? Like, you know, your meatless chicken or your chickenless chicken nuggets.
Do you miss certain foods? And yeah, that's probably a question I get a lot, along with will you ever go back to eating meat?
Where do you get your protein? I get my protein, all fruits and vegetables have protein in them.
How you survive, what do you eat, and they think that I'm eating only carrots and probably spinach, and I tell them there are plenty of fruits, plenty of vegetables that you can reach just going to the market.
Where do you get your protein? That's probably the most common. I'm sure everyone else is gonna say that one, but yeah, I mean, so people actually will ask me just like, how do you do it? Like, are you not missing these foods? And my answer to those questions, well, the protein thing is just understanding, you know, true physiology and how we utilize protein is actually from the simple amino acids. Our bodies construct protein, and we get that from every single fruit and vegetable.
The protein question is a big one for sure.
Do you ever miss like the food that you used to eat? And honestly, I don't. Because I eat a lot of fruit and I eat a very high raw, that gets rid of all the cravings that I had before.
I mean, one of the most popular questions, of course, because we've all been, told this protein lie, is where do you get your protein from? You know, and I mean, it's just a moot point. I mean, where do cows get their protein, right? You're either eating grass or they're eating genetically modified corn and soy, and then you're getting your protein secondhand. So I like to get my protein as well as other phytochemicals and phytonutrients that you're not getting when you eat the cow secondhand from the things that the cows would eat, you know. So I like to eat some grass. I like to eat, organic corn, and, I like to eat fermented soybeans for my vitamin K2.
Where do you get your protein? That is the question I get probably 9 times out of 10.
I guess when I first started, it was the traditional where do you get your protein, but I've been doing veganism now for about 7 years, so I don't really get that question much anymore. You know what, unfortunately I don't get a lot of question from non-vegans, which is tough, because I wish they would.
Do you take protein supplements, and do you take protein powders? My food and exercise were on point, and I was taking 0 protein powders and eating no cooked foods for 9 full months, and that was the biggest period of time when I built muscle mass.
Where do you get your protein?
A lot of times they don't really ask me a question, they make a statement, something like, wow, I could never do that, or like, how do you do that? Oh, I love meat too much, or, where do you get this nutrient? I heard, calcium, there's not enough calcium in fruits to, offset the other nutrients.
Where do you get your protein? What do you do about B12? What about lycopene? I like all the same stuff everybody else gets asked.
The obvious question is, where do you get your protein? And I usually respond to that question with a question. Where did you get that question? Like, why are you so concerned about protein? And take a look, does it look like I'm deficient? Okay, I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not huge, but I don't want to be huge. Most of the people that ask me that question are generally unfit and unhealthy, but they're worried about protein. So I'll often ask them, well, what are you going to do with this protein? You're so worried about getting protein, what are you going to do with it? Like, are you working out 2-3 hours a day? Well, no, I just need it to be healthy. Well, who told you that? Why? What do you need all this protein for? So most of the people that are asking that question don't even really understand the question that they're asking. So ask them, where did you get your question? Or what is protein? Some of them will say, well, it's made of amino acids. Okay, which amino acids is it made of? You stop most people right there. But if you keep asking them questions about it, they'll realize they really know nothing about it, and that allows them to step back and say, okay, maybe I don't know anything about this question. Maybe I need to reconsider my beliefs, because clearly I don't even know what I'm talking about. But you don't tell them that. You just ask them questions.
Where do you get your protein? I know we've all heard it 1,000 times, and the best way I can explain it now is just by telling them that there's protein in everything, that since I get in so many calories a day and it's not going to put the weight on me because it's high carb, low fat, very healthy for my body agrees with it, and within my 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day, there's just so much protein in everything, and it's nothing to be worried about. I always maybe flex the bicep for them and just show them I'm doing great.
Sometimes people ask about protein, that's a big question, and kind of nutritional questions like that, protein, fats, whatever.
Where do you get your protein? Yeah, which is like hilarious because it's in greens. And if you eat enough food, you're getting enough protein.